Hi, everyone. I'm here with Nicole, the gut girl. Thanks for being here, Nicole.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to talk about 3 drugs or categories of drugs that should be avoided. And, well, I try to avoid all medications. But first, let me say if you guys are interested in learning more about fitness, being healthy, we do interviews with doctors, nutritionists, and personal trainers, so subscribe to the channel. So, Nicole, what is the first drug you want to talk about?
So these 3 I see come into my practice a lot. And the first one that I see so many people on is metformin. And that's because they're trying to lower their blood sugar levels, their A1C numbers. And metformin is a very widely prescribed drug with what has been said to be little or no side effects. But there are. It depletes your B vitamins, depletes folate, and it causes neurological damage. It causes anemia because it depletes your B vitamins. And it is super hard on the liver long term.
Very interesting. So you think that the benefits, because there's benefits of metformin, right?
Sure. I mean, it does lower your blood sugar levels, and it will definitely help with your A1C numbers.
Do you think that the negative outweighs the positive?
Yes, I do.
All right. So your recommendation is you don't use it. What about berberine, dihydroberberine? That does the same thing, but that's not a medication.
Nope, it's a natural supplement, and I use it all the time. And matter of fact, I talk to people about switching to it a lot because it doesn't have these same side effects. And a matter of fact, it has like 300 different things it does in the body. It helps kill bad bacteria. It helps blood sugar levels. It's a really, really good natural supplement.
Right. Okay, so you got berberine and you got dihydroberberine, which is more potent, correct?
Right. It helps get it into the cell quicker with the sulfate.
Now, some of the stuff I've heard doctors talk about and experts talk about is that dihydroberberine is even more effective than metformin.
To be honest with you, both dihydro and regular berberine I've seen do better with bringing down blood sugar levels. I just see the liver being damaged with metformin, so now you're getting the less of effect with metformin.
Yeah, so now I'm going to let you answer this question for me. Why would anyone take metformin, a medication, when you can take a supplement, dihydroberberine or berberine? Why would anyone do that?
Because maybe they don't know better. Maybe they don't know better, and their physician doesn't know better. Maybe the physician doesn't know there's a natural supplement out there that can help in many different ways rather than do damage and help.
Berberine is amazing. So what's number 2?
Number 2 is antacids. Antacids drive me nuts.
Give us a couple of them.
Tums, omeprazole.
Yeah.
Omeprazole is the big one, you guys. And this is a big one that sticks in my craw.
And that's a generic name, right?
Omeprazole, I think that's a brand name. So
okay, but you can take them orally or like the Tums or the Rolaids or something. They've been around for decades, and you can just chew them.
Absolutely. You can get them over the counter. Omeprazole is a prescription, but you can get them in all sorts of different forms, and it really, really does a number on the stomach. You think that it's helping because it's taking the antacid away momentarily, but
it brings comfort.
It brings comfort.
When you use those, it comforts.
Yes, rather than the long term of what is actually happening in your stomach. There's reasons you could have actually too low of stomach acid, and that is actually 90% of the time what is happening. But antacids deplete your calcium, they deplete potassium, vitamin B12, zinc, D. They cause muscle atrophy, anemia, they weaken your bones, they cause fractures, and they cause neurological damage. Not to mention, in my practice, what I see is people with H. pylori, a very, very, very contagious and bad bacteria. They will hide that bacteria, and that will then can turn into ulcers or stomach cancer. And you're just aiding it to hide in a different place.
What do you do? I mean, one's not going to hurt you. You're talking about kind of using these things regularly, right?
Yeah. If somebody has antacids daily, you better be figuring out what the problem is rather than, and I'm not bashing on GI docs. I'm not. But if the answer is omeprazole or an antacid of any sort, trust me when I say there's a root cause.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a root cause to everything, you know?
That is 100% just a symptom, and that is not, they are not getting to the root cause of that, and you should be digging deeper.
Right. I mean, we talked about, another video we're going to do. If your poop is green, maybe you just ate too much green food. I mean, that's a cause, right?
Yes.
So what's the alternative? Now, a lot of times it's because it's so interesting because your acid in your stomach isn't high enough. So you feel acidy. So why is that? If you're feeling acid coming up in your chest and your throat, it's because you don't have enough is 90% of the time, right?
Well, and if you think about that, you don't have enough acid to help break down your food. So that food is coming back up and it's causing bacteria overload. And so now you've got a problem and a perpetuating problem. There's lots of different reasons for, an ileocecal valve could be damaged. You could have Barrett syndrome. There's so many things that could be wrong with you, but don't just put a Band-Aid on it and do something like an antacid. Figure out what's going on.
So give us some general answers. What's the answer? What do you do?
So I'll start people on slippery elm, which is a powder most of the time to help coat that esophagus and calm the inflamed piece of that. Marshmallow root does a really good job. I use bitters a lot to help with that because that will mix with stomach acid, calm the inflammation down.
Isn't this a matter of getting your gut healthy?
100%.
Okay, so you want to work on that too. All right, so number three,
and I see this a ton. People
Really?
on steroids. I see people.
You see that a ton?
I see a ton. I just talked to a person that is on her third round of steroids, and I'm like,
Okay, so
well,
you're
if
not
on your
talking
third
about
round, why is it helping?
anabolic steroids.
No. I mean,
Because you mentioned this before we turned this on. Steroids. Women on steroids? Really?
well, there are some, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about a steroid to reduce inflammation.
Correct. Something that's being prescribed to you to reduce inflammation is normally they'll do a steroid.
And that could be an injection in the site,
Absolutely.
or it could be an oral, right?
And it can be an inhaler type steroid. It can be lots of different forms, but steroids actually do a ton of things wrong in the system. Reduces calcium, magnesium, all your Bs, potassium, vitamin C, zinc, chromium, D. They will enhance blood sugar issues because what does it do? It makes you hungry and it's just a comfort thing. Lots of people eat and then it brings up blood sugar levels. Anemia, neurological. This one was surprising to me. It delays wound healing. So now, because I see a lot of people too who have like diabetic ulcers, that kind of stuff on their skin, and they're on steroids. So now you're contradicting the next thing that's happening. It causes muscle weakness big time and a lot of bone issues.
So I know that inflammation is a common problem for probably, I'm not going to put a percentage on it, but a whole bunch of Americans just from the standard American diet, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So what's a better solution? Give us one better solution. I guess the steroids might be a quick fix, but this is something that might take some time to get rid of the inflammation out of your body, right?
For sure. But
start eating right.
I was just going to say, eat right. Eat a whole food diet.
Right. All right, Nicole, so you're coming from a holistic nutritionist approach. That's why your opinion is what it is. So if people want to know more about your program, you help with hormones and diet, obviously, and you've said that you'll give them $100 off if they mention that they saw this video. So, and you're coming from a holistic standpoint. Can you just tell us why that's a little bit different?
Well, I take the whole body and I look at all of your symptoms and we put a package together that's going to help that as a whole person. I do different kind of testings, stool testings, cortisol testings, hormone testing to see what the actual root cause is. And sometimes they're not just one root cause. There can be several. And we get to the bottom of that and start fixing that.
All right. So if they want to get a hold of you or follow you on social media, how do they do that?
You can reach me at the gutgirl1, the number 1, at gmail.com to get more information. And you can always reach me on pretty much any social media platform at the Gut Girl.
All right. Thanks for being with us, Nicole.
Thanks for having me.